Today is day 10 of my ramen challenge, and I'm going to attempt to make a ramen chocolate chip cookie crumble cake. I have no idea if that makes sense, but I don't know what else to call it. Initially, I was just going to make chocolate chip cookies, but then I saw the pie glasswares at the store and this idea popped up. I'm going to blitz 2 ramen shin ramyun packages into a fine dust. I'm going to use this as the crust of the cookie cake, kind of like graham crackers but with instant ramen. I toasted them for a bit in a saucepan and added about 3 tablespoons of butter. I wasn't quite sure if that was enough, but when I pat down on it, it seemed to hold its shape. For some sweetness, I added some brown sugar. I was going to do half a cup, but then it seemed like a lot, so I did half of that. Mixed that all up, and then I buttered up the pie pan. Then I started patting it out, and it was like touching warm sand at the beach. Ooh. Nice and warm. I just kept patting it out until it looked okay and then tossed it in the fridge while I made the cookie dough. Okay, I had every intention of making the cookie dough from scratch. I asked Janelle for her chocolate chip recipe days ago. I got all the ingredients, but as it came closer to game time, I started asking her if espresso was necessary from her recipe and did I really need browned butter. Then I was googling how to cream butter and sugar, and I even got this new food scale because her recipe was all in grams. But then I just got really lazy and...
Okay, you're gonna hate me, but I just got like really lazy and I'm gonna go buy cookie dough from the store downstairs.
I really was going to make it from scratch, which I promise I will do sometime, just not today. So I put the cookie dough onto the crust and very gently tried to pat it down. This part was a little stressful because I didn't want to accidentally get aggressive and the crust to break apart in the dough. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because I'm scared it's gonna screw. Well, actually, this part. But once that was done, I popped it into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. While that was cooking, I decided to make a salt mixture, kind of like a sea salt topping on cookies, but instead using the ramen seasoning packet with some flaky salt. I combined it and the salt actually picked up the spicy seasoning quite a bit. With 5 minutes left to go, I checked on the cookie cake. Wow, it actually looks okay from what I see so far. After 20 minutes, the crust didn't quite look like it was intact, so I made the executive decision to increase the temp so it could bake. I increased it to 400 and almost forgot about it 6 minutes later. I forgot about you, I am so sorry. Nice golden brown, hopefully done on the inside. It was in fact not done. So back in the oven it went at 350, this time for 5 minutes. Took it out and sprinkled some of the spicy flaky salt over the top, and about 10 minutes in of me waiting for this to cool down, power has gone out in the house and I need to eat this so I can edit the video. Let's see how it goes. Let's try to find a good side here. This looks pretty good. Should probably invest in a cake cutter, but then that means I'll need to cook more cakes. So far, so good. Oh, no. So the crust did not stay intact. I'm thinking it's because I didn't use enough butter, but I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, please let me know. Maybe I should have baked it for a bit before putting in the cookie dough. Got the crumbs, got the chocolate chip cookie, and got the flaky salt. Yo. I don't know how this works, but it does. So the spicy seasoning salt tied that all in so well together. You can't even tell this is ramen. Like, this is ramen, but you can't even tell. I don't know how this worked, but it did. Classic sweet and salty treat. I had to go for a second piece and a third, to be honest. Just editing this video in the dark.